Would you pressure me to start the show? Phil's freaking out. So let's go, start the show!
Got shit to do, New York City!
City that never sleeps. All right, Here we go. Episode 11. Climbing into double digits now. Powering through. End of summer is almost here. End of the sports drought is almost here. All right, here we go. Podcast with Phil and Murk. I'm Murk, and this is episode 11. It is August 6th into August. Dog days of summer coming to a close. Follow us on Spotify, Podbean, iTunes. Subscribe and save. We're hosted on Podbean, so any kind of traction you can give us, anyone can give us on there would be great. And we have a Facebook page where we post like all our links to everything, all the videos that we do and stuff like that. They're kind of funny. I like viral funny videos. We're gonna try. I think we'll try to like hit one out quickly tonight. You want to try to do that?
Yeah, we should do that at the end.
Okay. Yeah, and on Instagram. All right, _ here we go. All right, so let's go to this ridiculous story. I'm going to start with
suburb drama. We need the
suburb drama.
Suburb drama here.
Suburb drama. So it's relatable because it's sports. So we're playing have like a weekly wiffle ball game with the neighborhood kids.
That's when we smashed all the windows in the homes, right? You're like ripping home runs with like a metal bat and like taking out your neighbor's windows.
Yeah, like legit rubber baseballs that like bounce like 12 feet in the air when you like hit it on the ground. Smashing car doors, like alarms going off. AKA nothing like that. It's like a wiffle ball, baseball, wiffle ball bat and wiffle balls. Not even the legit. I'm kind of annoyed. I've been thinking about trying to go out and get the wiffle balls that have like a half crescent where like you have just the holes on the top. So you can throw like the special curve balls and knuckleballs and stuff.
How about you get really intense in wiffle ball? You want to do like
no, because we have the ball that has holes like all over it. You can't really throw like pitches with that. But if you get the one that just has the top half, has like the ovals in it, then you can throw like curveballs and shit.
How do you guys play though? Like, is it a home run derby? Like, what do you do?
So we just play like teams. It's like a couple of us, and this is mostly like kids and adults. Like kids like under 12 years old and like 4 years old, so it's like super young. It's not even like teenagers. And then we just have teams, and we play like 3 strikes. Like we don't no walks because the kids like strike out every single time or they get a hit. So it's like there's no like because they swing at every pitch regardless.
Yeah.
But yeah, then we just play to like 3 outs, and then so we draw. So in a cul-de-sac, so we draw bases on the ground like in chalk, so the kids can just like run around. And I mean the hits, they're pretty much just like ground balls. And it's like you just either get them or they go past you and someone gets like a double or like a home run.
Yeah.
So we have all these like bases set up. Like it's been like a few weeks that we've been doing this. So we go out. So it's like pink chalk, like yellow chalk, and then like in the driveways, the girls are like, they're doing like hopscotch and they're like drawing, they're drawing like rainbows and shit, like kid stuff.
Right.
So I go out 2 weeks ago. No. Monday, so Sunday, today's Tuesday, so go out Sunday, play the game, come out Monday morning, someone writes fuck in all 3 of the bases on chalk. Now, like I said, these are young kids, so they don't even know like curse words probably. Like they're pretty like nice little kids, like, and they're in bed. They're not like escaping. So I'm like, I'm gonna write shit on the ground, no one's gonna see me.
Yeah. Dad's gonna be pissed, we're gonna write fuck everywhere.
Yeah, no, definitely not. It's clearly like an old person's writing. It's all like scribbled and like crooked and stuff, like super difficult to write. So I'm like, okay, what the fuck is this shit? Like, who's writing this on the ground? There's little kids around, super unnecessary. End up just washing it off. Have like a really good idea who it is because there's like one person in our neighborhood that's just like a miserable fuck. Miserable fuck. So I'm like, all right, let's just wash it away. And I'm like, you know what? I want to see does it again because then we'll like kind of know for sure what's going on. I was like, okay, there's no like people aren't rolling through the neighborhood like at midnight looking for like chalk like places to write like on the ground, like oh shit, here's a good spot.
We finally found it.
Yeah, we finally found it. Like, what is this, like a scavenger hunt? You got to go to like a random cul-de-sac in San Diego to find like bases, tiny ass bases. So it's like super obvious. It's like someone that lives right nearby. So I redo the bases last night, and I set up my Wi-Fi cameras in my house to like look outside because I'm like, no, 100%. We all know 100% who it is. And come back out this morning, and it says "fuck God" on every base now. I'm like, okay, it's like ridiculous. And now I'm kind of pissed because I'm like.
And he erased what you had redrawn, right?
No, he didn't erase it. He just wrote like next to it.
So he didn't. I thought he had erased like stuff that you had.
No, he just left it. It was just like the base, like right here, and just under it. And the base is like as big as like a laptop. You know, we drew it like pretty big.
Yeah, we got to see pictures
Like
of this. I'm curious. Yeah.
Oh yeah, here I'll show you a picture. Here, let me see.
Oh, we got pictures. Okay.
Yeah. So no, I got to take proof now. So this is we'll go on our YouTube page to see this. So here, you can see that.
Oh yeah, that's definitely a. I know no one else can see this, but that's not a kid's handwriting. That's definitely like an adult's handwriting. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I'll post it. We'll post it. Yeah, it's like super blocky and like super weird.
Is this guy? He lives alone, I assume.
Assumed. Yes, I'm pretty sure.
Is he senile? Like, is he like? There's something wrong with this guy, or is he just like some lonely guy who's just like pissed off at life?
I mean, isn't that both? I guess it could be both, right?
Right, but I mean, like, is there potentially like, does he have like dementia or something? Is there like a possibility that there's something like not right with him, and he's just like?
It's pretty possible because I started looking him up online, like, and he's posting shit on like Nextdoor, you know, the Nextdoor app, and some of his posts are like normal. Like he responded to like a graffiti post, like, you know, at like the playground, and it was like, oh yeah, if you see graffiti, like report it, and they'll like take it down. It's like, okay, that's like a.
So he really doesn't like graffiti. That's apparently he really doesn't like.
But he likes
paint.
Yeah,
on,
no, yeah, he doesn't like graffiti. Make sure you get it removed. But let's come out and write it when I know clearly there's like young children around.
Well, at least he goes about it directly, and he's not passive aggressive about it. You know, at least he doesn't post on forums and sneak out in the middle of the night and try and like write stuff underneath the chalk. At least he comes to you and like talks to you and is like, hey, do you mind?
Yeah, like, I mean, also, okay, first of all, I guess, like, I'm thinking of it in the worst situation, like, are we horrible people because we're writing chalk on the street? Like, maybe that's a bad thing, right? Like, maybe we should like clean it up, like, it needs to be cleaned up. Okay, but also at the same time, that's super hypocritical that he's going to go out and write it too. It's like,
yeah, I mean, that's what I'm saying. It's like so passive aggressive and like, he's
but then I'm like, okay, maybe he's just pissed at us because we're like outside all the time. But again, it's like, you can enjoy like but it's like you can enjoy your time outside. Like you're not allowed to be outside. You know, it's like we live in like prison where it's like, hey, you can't be outside. You know.
Or he comes out of the house and you're like, go back inside, old man, you fucking, you like abuse the shit out of him.
And then like, you know, like a bunch of people out there, but we're done by 8 o'clock. It's not like we're out till like 10 p.m. like screaming and running around. We're done by like 8 o'clock.
And also, it's a neighborhood cul-de-sac too. So, like, what do you expect? That's what happens in suburbs in a cul-de-sac. Like,
yeah, well,
has this never happened while he's lived there before?
I think that's the thing. I don't think any really young kids really were around until like the past like year. So, yeah. So, anyways, and on the Wi-Fi camera, like, of course, like the Wi-Fi like sucks because it's like too far away from the router.
Yeah.
But fully saw him walking outside. I didn't get a good video though, so it's like not like perfect proof. Oh, assume he's a man. Shit, you know, it could be like a woman or anything like that, like walking in the neighborhood. But
like, how pissed off are you that you do that? You sit in your house and you're like, I'm done dinner. What am I gonna do? I'm gonna go outside and write "fuck God." I'm like, it's like, dude, calm down. Just go do something.
Like on the cameras, it's like, oh, I didn't know like we had ghosts in the cul-de-sac to just like show up and write things. It's like there's no like car like pulling in and like, you know, people like jump out and stuff. You know?
Yeah, it's like a haunted cul-de-sac. They write.
All of a sudden it's like pitch black. All of a sudden this like light turns on. You're like, okay, like it's super obvious. Like, what the fuck's going on here? And like I'm fucking pissed because I'm like, okay, like even if you're pissed at like us, the adults, you want us to quiet down, and it's like maybe I don't think we've been obnoxious. Like I'm really trying to step away from the situation and not just be like, fuck him, like we can do whatever we want. Like, there's like, it's little kids. It's like, okay, relax, dude. You know, it's like little kids are coming around to see this. I'm like, fuck, man. I mean, so now it's like CSI San Diego over here trying to like figure this out. And
yeah, I think we were talking about this earlier. You just go to like the HOA board and just like explain to them the story.
I read through like our CC&Rs to like check on like, okay, because like the cop, you can't call the cops. What are they gonna do? Like, not gonna do anything. Yeah. Have like a neighborhood patrol, and they could drive by, but they're probably not gonna see it. They never come by anyways.
No.
And in the CC&Rs, it says like every homeowner is allowed like oh no, it says like the nuisance is like offensive actions. So like if you run around naked in like the HOA or cursing and shit, like you could get in trouble, like you get fined by the HOA. So I think that's like the route that we're gonna take.
And I'm sure this guy has violations already.
Yeah, I gotta try to look that up. I think you can look that shit up.
Yeah, this is not the first time with this guy. Like I'm sure he's had shit happen or previously.
Yeah. I know. Well, that's the thing. I guess if you're like by yourself for so long, like I have no idea. I've never seen anyone go to his house. Like I don't know if his family, siblings, and he's like old, dude. I think he's like in his 70s too. It's not like. I
mean, that's not that old. I was thinking you were gonna say he's like 90. Like
that'd be hilarious. Gotta be hilarious if he was that old. I'd be like, okay, dude, like relax.
Like 70 is still like I don't know. It doesn't.
You still have your shit together, but it's also like, okay, you're 70 years old. You're gonna do that at night, like.
How would you like? That's what I'm saying.
How would you like do like figure something else, like go to sleep, read a book.
Yeah, what does he do? He like sits there and he like eats dinner and then he just decides to put on his headlamp and go outside and write like fuck God. It's like
it's fuming.
How pathetic is your life?
Yeah. So yeah, CSI San Diego is in full force right now.
Well, we'll keep you updated on.
We'll keep updated on
this. This is.
I would spend more time on that, but I think it's a pretty fucking hilarious story. And then part of me is like, how would it be like a typical parent, like flip out, someone writes like fuck on the ground. I'm like, oh my God, I can't believe it.
Yeah, but also like, you don't want your kids seeing that. That's not that unacceptable. Like, then also I would be more concerned. How about I make you really nervous? Like, I just been more concerned with that guy living 2 houses away. I'd be like, who the fuck is this guy? He's clearly like not stable.
Yeah, exactly. Well, one of our neighbors supposedly has a lot of shit with him over the years. Been living there. They've both been there for a long time. Mm-hmm. And they've had like confrontations and like nothing's ever happened. And it's like, so I don't know how like serious he is about this stuff. He's just like a miserable like prick, It's not like he's nothing like the cops haven't come like to anyone's house or anything like that.
No,
it's just
he
like he
toes
does
the
stupid
line.
Shit.
Yeah, he knows exactly like what not to do to cross that line.
Exactly.
But all right, Law and Order San Diego.
In the criminal justice system, sexually based offenses are considered especially heinous.
Yeah.
All right, so you got a fucking CSI story yourself, kind of, right?
Yeah. Is this is like turning into old man yelling at clouds?
Not really. This is like serious shit. Your story's pretty fucking legit too.
Yeah.
It's like how about I be like old man just like living
like birds in the house. What the fuck is that?
It's just goddamn kids outside.
Yeah, it's like how would you like old pizza? It's just like chomping away.
Yeah, eat that food.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Oh god, how do you like break windows and shit?
Yeah.
I like got my credit card kind of stolen on Wednesday. I don't know if you can say definitely stolen, but I had a flight out on Wednesday night that got canceled, and so I called the airline, and they're like, "We'll call you back in like an hour and a half," because everyone was calling them. I was like, "Oh fuck, call the airline." So like almost exactly an hour and a half later, I get a call from quote unquote Delta, and they knew all my information. They knew how much I paid for the ticket.
That's crazy how they knew to call you back at this right time.
Right, and which could be a coincidence. They may have just known, like it's probably public knowledge this flight got canceled, so they may have just called back at that time. It was a total coincidence. But when my flight had gotten canceled, they offered me like options for to rebook my departing flight. And so I immediately did that just to like at least have a flight out. It wasn't ideal, but I was like, let me just book this flight out, just have it, and then I'll call Delta and I'll change it. When they called, they knew my old flight, they knew my new flight, they knew my return flight, how much I had paid. So for like the first like 5-10 minutes of them talking to me,
do they know your like seats and stuff?
They didn't know the seats, but they knew a lot, and they just seemed legit. I mean, actually, I have to say, like from the start, something seemed off. He had like this heavy accent. Like it just did not seem like a professional.
Oh, here we go.
And I was like,
assumptions.
I was like, and he's like, can you spell your name? So I was like, Philip. He's like, PMTHK. I'm like, okay, Jesus Christ. Like, it was just weird from the start, but they knew so much of information, and they knew how much I paid for the ticket. that I was like, all right, this has got to be like legit. And then it just started getting more and more odd. Like they wanted to refund me all the money. I did not want a refund. They started talking to me about like how they canceled my return flight, which was yesterday on Monday. But I was like, that's with a different airline. So like, why would you cancel that? And it just started getting very strange. And then they were like, we need your credit card because we're going to refund you all the money. And then once we refund it to you, we're gonna stay on the phone with you while you walk down to Duane Reade, get a Delta gift card, put the money on the Delta gift card, and then rebuy the ticket. So you're not technically purchasing a new ticket. We just can't refund you the money, so you have to use the money that you spent on the initial ticket on this new ticket. And I was like, this is the most convoluted, ridiculous way. Just refund me the money to the card I used, or just book me on a new flight. Like, that's what I did after they canceled. I booked myself on a new flight for free. So I'm like, just book me on an earlier flight. Why do I have to pay anything? So then I started like fucking with him a little bit because at this point I knew it was a scam. So I kept asking him to explain why I needed to get a gift card. And of course he just gets so pissed off. He's like, sir, like, he's like flipping out. He's like, just go to Duane Reade. He started like yelling at me. I'm like, you realize this makes no sense. I should have hung up at this point. But yeah. And then
it's kind of like when we did the prank call in the first episode. If you want to see our prank call to like the fake porn ads on go to check out our first episode at the end of our first episode.
Yeah, that was actually you found your father in that one.
Yes. Yeah, he got so pissed that I was not cooperating.
They get pissed because like they realize that you're not falling for the scam, and it's hilarious. So then he called me back, and I like should not have answered, but I was like, I got to answer this. So I went on YouTube, and I found this like incredibly high pitched like sound. And I like picked up, and it was a different guy, but it was like obviously the same scam because it came from like that same number. And I just turned my volume up, and I just held the phone. I was like, hello, and he's like, hello, we're calling you back. And I just like laughed at this high pitch, and I could hear him on the other. Be like, oh my god, sir. And then I was like, fuck you, and I just like hung up.
My god.
But it's scary how realistic they're getting. I mean, they're not realistic, but like relative to what they used to be. Like they know a lot of information. It's kind of scary.
I started listening
to how they fool people. Like not
just think about how easy it is to do shit on the internet. And like you have people that actually like sit there every single day and try to like master what they're doing. It's like of course you could try to like, legitimize it. Like it's so easy to get access to like people's phone numbers. I'm sure those databases of like there's some weird database that no one knows about.
Yep.
I mean obviously like hackers do, but like that public access, but like you wouldn't normally ever go on it.
Mm-hmm.
To like find flight information, like passenger names. Like that stuff could be like public, you know.
Yeah, it's really scary.
We're not sitting around trying to figure that out. But if you're fucking in a poor country trying to hack it, or Russia, that's all you do all day. I guess you'd figure it out, right?
You don't even have to figure it out that well. Because there's so many people out there who are just going to fall for it.
Yeah.
Either they're just like so naive and they just don't understand that they're being scammed, or they're just like frazzled. Like I probably, had I not been so pissed off about my flight being canceled, I would have realized this was a scam from like the first second he called. But you're so like, you're scrambling to get on another flight. They call you exactly when Delta said they were going to call, or like within that time frame, and you're just, I mean, I didn't fall for it. I knew like it was a scam, but like it took me like a couple minutes. Like I was just like, wait, who am I talking to right now? This clearly is not Delta.
Yeah.
So I can see how it happens. Like it's they're getting, I don't want to say they're getting better at it.
No, they are.
Access to information.
But I think also people are being a lot more free with their shit. Like, you type your credit card into anything. Everyone just uses credit cards all the time. You're like, whatever, I'll just download this app, put my credit card in, boom, don't care. You're just like, whatever. Like, it's super easy. I'll just go for it. I just trust whatever. I just trust whoever.
There was I guess you could call it a prank. It was like a YouTube prank. I forget what the channel was. But basically what he did is he went to like a mall, and I think he was using Instagram. And he was. And somehow on like Instagram you could look for people like in the area, right? So you could like see, I don't know if you can still do this, but he was able to determine like who was on Instagram around him. And then he went onto their accounts that they were public, found out all this information about them, and just went up to them and started talking to them, telling them like, "Oh, your dog Rudy, and you're like you live," and they were like, "How the hell do you know all this?" It's like they didn't even you don't realize how much information you put out there. This guy approaches you, he knows like your whole life, and you're like all pissed off and like, "Get the fuck away from me." It's like, well, you put that stuff out there. All he had to do was like do some basic like searching on Instagram to find all that.
Exactly.
It's. I mean, I fall for it too. I'm sure, but my account's at least private. But I'm sure if I had a public account, people could find out information about me too.
Yeah. No, I hear you. Yeah, that definitely sucks. But it's also a pain in the ass. You got to cancel all your shit and like do that again. I had to do that once, and I was like, oh my god, like everything's on auto pay. You know, all that shit just gets hacked. You know.
And then so it wasn't. I went to Bank of America the next day. I got a temporary card, which you can't do anything online with it. You have to do all in-person purchases.
Yeah.
But it's becoming a pain now because like I have a lot of stuff where like on my phone I just like scan my thumb and it puts in the full credit card number, and then I just have to put in the number on the back, the CV.
Yeah.
But now I had to like delete all that and I have to start over with like this new card, which is like such a first world problem. But like you realize like how much stuff is tied to that card. Like when I landed on Monday, I had to go right to work, and I was running because I landed in Newark. I was going to catch the train, and I usually like buy like an NJ Transit ticket on my phone, but it wasn't the right credit card. I was like, oh fuck, I got to put in my credit card number now.
Oh shit, you had to be like a poor person, like use cash.
Yeah, yeah, right.
You figure it out like the old school way. Talk to the teller. Like, one ticket, please.
Yeah, they're so excited that somebody's actually using them.
Yeah. I'm glad that got taken care of in a decent way.
Yeah, it's a pain, but it's a quick fix. You just they get you a new card in like a couple of days.
The world of Phil and Murk, full of fucking bullshit drama.
Scammers and curmudgeons and angry old people. It's just like a terrible world we live in, apparently.
Well, speaking of money, you got our list of bets here that we can review.
Year 2. Okay, so
Year 2. So last episode we just talked about our bets, things that we should look at to getting on. So I think we kind of made some not final decisions, and we're gonna track this too through the year. So this is what I think we're gonna do. Right?
Yeah, we'll update it each week about how we're doing.
Yeah.
We did this last year, but last year we definitely were conservative with it. We profited.
Oh, I can't believe you said conservative. Conservative.
This year we're definitely going a little crazy with it, but I think it'll make it more fun. We're just doing a bunch of crazy parlays, and just shooting big. So
before we do that, sorry, I'm
you're like fat and like you can't like put the pizza down for like an hour. Have to like stuff your face during the thing.
Yeah, I'll stop. I always called it.
Big Papa!
I always called it a parlay. When I hear you say like parlay, is it like it's a parlay? You said like parlay.
Parlay.
Sounds like you're saying like parlay, like with a little accent on like the A. Like parlay.
Yeah.
Parlay. Yeah. But I would say like parlays. Like parlays. Parlay.
I don't know. I say parlay. It's terrific rating.
It's a weird word.
Yeah, we're gonna do a bunch of parlays. So, all right, I was thinking about this. I did hear that.
Parlay.
Yeah, I do hear it now. It's like when I say water instead of water.
Yeah, that's Philly shit.
Yeah.
I love how a parlay hasn't only started being used. They give you that graph on Google when you type in a word. It's like the use of parlay over time, like 1800, like no one used it. 2000, it's like high. It's like peak in like 2010 because everyone's like gambling. People can't stop gambling.
That's great. Yeah, it just peaked in the 2000s.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, it's like massive chart. Like peaks like in the 2000s. It's like everyone's just gambling online.
But we all be like massive degenerates.
Yeah.
Speaking of the parlays, we came up with our win totals over unders last week. So what I was thinking is we take some of the we make a couple combos of our win total. So like Eagles over, Patriots over, Eagles over, Saints over. You know, like a couple, two pairs, and then we pair them each with 3 to 4 MVP candidates.
That seems, like it would be crazy.
It's aggressive.
MVP is super aggressive because that's so hard to predict because you never know if someone gets off to a hot start, then it's like it's over usually because they'll stay hot for the whole year for the most part.
Yeah, I think though
the win totals to me seem easier, or like you just feel more confident in the win totals.
We could do the win totals. It's fine. It's not going to pay much, but we could definitely do that.
Yeah, how about you just be like super greedy? You need to have like 10 times your return. We'll just be like satisfied, like just making like a nice return. Return your.
How do you want to do it?
No, that's fine. I think that's fine too. We played it kind of safe, and we saw what it was like last year. So I think that's a good idea to do it how you just suggested. Add on the MVP.
The way I see it, it's like we'll probably hit some of these combos. So why not like make it a quarterback's going to win MVP most likely, right? There's no way it's going to go to any. So like, who are the quarterbacks that are going to win?
We definitely got to think about Sony Michel. Greatest Patriot running back. He's definitely
I definitely won't win MVP. Jordan Howard's going to beat him out.
Fuck, Jordan Howard's going to be horrible. Everyone's going to overdraft Jordan Howard in fantasy, like as like a number 2 running back, and it's going to be like, oh yeah, wait, remember when he wasn't that good?
He's like this is his 4th year in the league though. He's going to be solid number 2.
I think he'll be good for like the Eagles, but like as a fantasy, he's just going to be like super average.
I feel like in fantasy, running backs are pretty much average anyway. Yeah. Like, who are the running backs?
Sorry, I got you. I got us off a tangent. Let's not do that. Let's go back to
we're not going fantasy. All right. So, how do you want to go about this? So we figure out our combos first that we really like, and then go from there?
Yeah.
All right. So I have the list here.
Combos, yeah. Pizza rolls.
Okay. So we Oh, Big Papa. Okay, cool. Yeah. Let me read this note in my thing from May 25th, 2010. Yeah, great. Thanks, iPhone. I really want to read that. Okay. These are the overs that we liked. We liked the Pats, Eagles, and Saints over.
Yes.
The Rams, Giants, and Dolphins under.
Yeah.
And then it's about making a combo with that. So
I think that's good.
Pats, Eagles, Saints over. Rams, Giants, Dolphins under.
Yeah, what was the Rams?
9.5.
We said under? On the Rams?
Maybe it was 10. Yeah, because I think it's gonna be Super Bowl.
That seems too low. Under 9.5 seems too low. Like I'd say 10. I think they won 13 games last year. Like I don't think they're gonna win 13 games again.
Win total.
Even though like it's a typical like okay they got they're
10.5.
I'd say under. Yeah, I think 10 because they got like who's it? Clay Matthews, what's his face, the safety, Eric Weddle, and it's like Eric Weddle's really good, but it's like Matthews is like super overrated now. It's like everyone assumes those guys are gonna come in, and it's like okay, it's like that's it,
We don't know what Gurley's status is. And what really worries me is the Super Bowl hangover. I feel like it's very real in the NFL. Teams that lose the Super Bowl don't have a good year the following year. I think they almost always miss the playoffs.
And I also think that you got to be concerned about Goff. Like he's like pretty above, like very above average. That's it. He had like a pretty decent year last year, but it's like I don't know how great he is to like carry a team. Gurley carried the team, for the extent of the season, and then he kind of got slowed down at the end. But then they picked up what's his name to like really take them because they were just running.
Yeah, what's his face from Carolina?
C.J. Anderson.
No, C.J. Anderson from Denver. Yeah. There's not going to be you still have that defense with Aaron Donald. What worries me more is Gurley. I think Goff kind of proved himself. I mean, maybe the Super Bowl is going to fuck him up mentally, but
yeah.
You remember his first rookie year? Everyone was like, well, Wentz was the
It was horrible.
play.
Goff was terrible.
The Eagles made the right call, and look what Goff did last year.
Yeah.
I'm not too worried about Goff. I just think that teams tend to regress after they have this great year but can't win the Super Bowl.
I agree. And we don't know what McVay is. It's like, yeah, everyone's flipping out over him, but it's like, okay, we got to see how he really, let's look at what he's really made of. He kind of had such like a honeymoon second year or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, Goff, his rookie year was terrible, but the last 2 years he was pretty solid. Yeah, I'm not worried about Goff. But yeah, I'm just more worried about the team mentality in general. They're a young team. Like even you just said, McVay's young.
So you'd want to go over? You'd want to go, if it's 10.5, you want to go over?
No, I think they go under. I could see them being like 10-6, 9-7.
Yeah, I agree.
I'm not super confident on that because I could also see them being like 12-4.
Yeah, but it's a tough division,
I could pass on the Rams. I like the other ones a lot better.
Yeah. That's fine. We can do that. We can pass on them for now.
Yeah, I don't love that. I'm sure there's others, but that's what I found when we looked at this last week.
That's fine. We should do it now too, because all of a sudden, like someone's never mind. I'm not gonna say what I was gonna say.
Yeah. So I guess we can leave the Rams out for now.
Okay.
So we have Pats, Eagles, Saints, Giants, Dolphins. Pats and Eagles we're gonna keep because we're biased.
They're gonna be good, but they're gonna be fucking. It's gonna be legit too.
Saints I like. Giants and Dolphins. I mean, Giants are gonna be terrible. Unless though, you know what I could totally see happening is what's his face? Why am I blanking on the quarterback they drafted?
Who? For which team?
Giants.
Oh yeah, I don't even know. I don't remember what his name is.
Oh god, how are we like a really good sports podcast?
Yeah, but they're gonna suck. What about?
Yeah, but like the thing is, everybody has written. Sorry, hang on one second here. Everybody's
Chase Daniels. Chase Daniels.
Not Chase Daniels.
That's what it is, isn't it?
No. Daniel Jones? Yeah, Daniel Jones.
Oh, pretty close. I had Daniels. Daniel.
Yeah. Everybody already has him down as a bust. Nobody's giving this kid a shot. No. So I'm a little worried that we're just buying into that too hard. That like they obviously reached for him in the draft.
I just think their team's horrible.
Their team's not great, but their win total is.
But how many rookies come in their first year and are like legit? No one.
It's not about being legit. It's just about.
I don't think Shermer is a good coach either. I don't think he's like a good coach. So it's not like okay, it's like Bruce Arians is the coach and you feel like good about it,
It's not about being but it's winning 6 games. That's their over/under. I mean, didn't they start
under for sure, dude? That's a lot. That's a lot of games to win.
It's a lot of games to win, but they won 5 last year after they started 0-8 and then they won 5.
Yeah.
They almost
again,
like won out. They didn't. They ended up going 5-11, but they
would have need to win 7 games. That's a lot of wins for them to be over. Still a lot of wins. That's a decent team if you have 7 wins. You're a very average team.
But they were bad last year, and they started 0-8, and then they rattle off 5 in a row, and you're like, shit, one more, and that's a push. Like
under, man, definitely under.
All right, and the Dolphins is 5. Dolphins are definitely under. They're garbage. They're going with Ryan Fitzpatrick as quarterback.
What about Cardinals under 5.5?
I have 5 here. I like under. I just don't know with Murray because I think Murray could actually be pretty decent. The fact
that again, he got a rookie coach, and you don't really know.
Yeah,
but they have no weapons. They have no one on their team.
You're talking 6 wins. If Murray's good, if David Johnson comes back,
These are the teams that had 6 wins last year. All right, Buffalo, Bengals, Broncos, Lions, Packers. That's it. There's one team that had 6 wins. Maybe if you want to go 7, then you had Falcons, Panthers, Browns, Dolphins, Skins. All those teams kind of suck. So that's why I think like 6 wins is like you're okay. Like you're gonna suck. Like that's what I think. Definitely Cardinals under on Cardinals.
God, they made some interesting. They have Terrell Suggs now. They got Jordan Hicks from the Eagles. They got Andy Isabella from UMass. Oh my God, he's starting across from Fitzgerald.
Yeah.
I'm just looking at the roster.
Well, definitely Giants. We got to do Giants. I think so for sure.
No, I like the Giants under. Yeah, Cardinals under 2, I guess. I don't know. I could just see this team being like decent enough.
No.
You think there's no chance they go 6-10?
I think the Redskins are better than them, and I think the Cowboys are better than them, and obviously the
Cowboys, yeah.
Eagles.
Yeah.
So there you go. There's
Are you talking the Cardinals or the Giants now?
Giants. I'm talking about division, the Giants.
Oh, I was talking about the Cardinals.
Cardinals could do under too. They got Rams,
That's what I was talking about.
Seahawks,
Yeah.
and 49ers.
I mean, how good are the 49ers going to be?
Yeah, they're the typical. Everyone's like, oh, they're gonna be great. Garoppolo gets hurt and you suck.
Giants, Cardinals, Dolphins, all under 6. Like, are you saying the Cardinals and the Dolphins are 4? Or the Dolphins are like an under 5 team. Are the Cardinals a 4-12 team? Are the Giants a 5-11 team?
Yes.
Okay.
Who's going to be worse? Okay, like I said, the worst teams in the league last year: 49ers, Jets, Raiders, Jaguars.
It's not about being worse. It's just about
Cardinals are the worst.
They could be the worst at 5-11, and then we lose. Like the Dolphins would have to be 4-12 for us to win. So they could be 5-11, the worst team in the NFL, but we don't win.
What was the over/under for the Dolphins?
5.
5.5 would be better if you found it at that. Miami Dolphins 4.5.
See.
This says 4.5.
Yeah, see, it's going down because
Yeah. I still think under, dude. They're gonna be terrible.
Yeah, I tend to agree.
Rookie coach. Both of their quarterbacks suck.
Okay, here, updated from 5 days ago.
They're rebuilding. They're not going to go out and trade for like a player to like upgrade their team. They'll be trading players away to get like new guys in the culture.
Mm-hmm. Oh, wait, this is from 11 hours ago. Hold up, I'm just going through this here now.
How about Jets? Raiders over under 6. That's a tough one.
I don't know with the Raiders because they have Antonio Brown now. They have. I don't know. I would stay away from that. I'm trying to look for like updated.
I have one right here. I think that's pretty good because the other ones seem to be like on par. Like Houston Texans 8. Gotta avoid like you can't tell. 8's 2 in the middle with them. Green Bay 9. Same thing. You can go under on Green Bay. Those are good odds though. It has terrible
go
odds.
8-8?
It's minus 110 either way. That's terrible odds.
Looking at this one, my God, this one has the Giants over 6.
All right, let's do that. I'm surprised you're high on the Giants. I think that's your division bias.
I don't think the Giants will be good. I think that everybody is so down on Daniel Jones and this bust, and I hope he is a bust because I hate the Giants, and it'd be hilarious if they just like reached and this guy failed. But they're just not getting it. Nobody's giving them a chance from the start. They're not going to be a playoff
Yeah, but
team.
Eli's not good.
No, Eli sucked. And they got rid of Victor Cruz, Jesus Christ. Odell Beckham. Yeah, I mean they're gonna be terrible.
That's funny. Yeah, they're gonna be horrible. I mean, Saquon's good.
Saquon's good. Yeah. I don't think the Giants are gonna be good. I just wonder if they're not 4-12 bad and they're instead.
I think you got to think about the coach. You got to think about the coach now too. I don't think Shermer's a good coach. He's been terrible everywhere. He's one of those guys that's like he's a glorified assistant. Like he's been a head coach before, but he's horrible.
I mean, I want to take the under just because I want to root against them every week. There's no way I'm gonna push that we take the over on that. All right. So let's make some of these combos. Let's try and figure this out here. So Pats, Eagles, Saints over, Giants, Dolphins under. Unless you want to add one. Do we want to add one to this because we're taking the Rams out?
No, it's good because we're adding. Say it again.
Pats, Eagles, Saints over, Giants, Dolphins under.
Yeah, we need a new one. New one to go under. I'm just looking at Odd Shark.
That's what I'm on now too.
I think we could look at the Cardinals again. 5.5.
What about the Cleveland Browns under 9? No, I want to stay away from that. Actually, I don't like that.
Too much hype, like insane amount of hype.
Yeah, I don't know. Tennessee Titans under 8.
They're too random. Broncos under 7. That could be interesting. Broncos could be horrible. Who's even on their team?
I just feel like I don't know enough about Denver. They just seem like
they're going with Flacco.
Falcons over 8.5. Like, why? That seems kind of low. Bounce back from that Super Bowl hangover from last year. I could definitely see them. Oh God, that wasn't even last year. That was multiple years ago.
2 years ago.
But they had the bad loss to the Eagles last year in the playoffs, and then they start the season against the Eagles, and they ended the same way. I could see them rebounding a little bit here. Over 8.5. Are they an 8-8 team? I feel like they're a little bit better than 8-8.
Yeah.
I kind of like Atlanta over. No.
We should have another team to root to go under, I think. Like a team to hate.
All right, so we're pulling.
I think the Broncos could be pretty bad.
But I just have no. Do you hate the Broncos?
Yes.
Okay.
They have Emmanuel Sanders coming off like a Achilles, I think.
What about the Jets under 7.5?
I was thinking about that too, but they should be better. What was it? What is their opener? 7.5.
7.5. And then they got Le'Veon, another year for Darnold, but
the division's horrible.
Yeah, that's the thing.
No, I'd avoid that. What has good odds too? Steelers over 9.
Yeah, I like that. Well, I mean,
no, sorry, that's not good odds. I'm sorry.
Colts 10. I don't know. No.
Bills over 6. No, I definitely don't want to do that.
I got them 7 here.
What about the Broncos?
Yeah, you love that Broncos one.
It's like someone's going to be horrible this year, like Jacksonville last year.
Tampa Bay, 6.5. I mean, who excites you on Tampa Bay? They won 5 games last year.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, now their total's at 6.5. What's the improvement?
Arians. That's it.
Cleveland went from 7 to 9.
It's Arians. That's it. Excuse me.
There's a lot of teams. Baltimore, Seattle, and Houston all had double-digit wins last year, and all 3 of them are at 8.5 for this year. So do you like the Texans, the Seahawks, the Ravens, or the Falcons over 8 wins? Texans, Seahawks, Ravens, Falcons over 8.
I'd say Seahawks. They're due for a bounce back. They kind of had a tough year last yeyear.
Well, what about the Texans?
Good quarterback, good coach. Texans, I don't know.
They
O'Brien.
Get Watson back.
But yeah, they get hurt. They
won
all get
11
hurt.
games last year.
Yeah, they were one of the teams that wasn't that good. They hit the playoffs and they just got their ass kicked.
Yeah, but
okay, we got to make a decision. Let's make a decision on this. We definitely take way too much time on this.
You want to go an under then, right? You definitely don't want to go an over.
Yeah, I'd rather do an under. You really don't want. What do you want? Okay, what do you want over then? Who's
Buffalo's quarterback? I mean, who is it?
Josh Allen.
Josh Allen. Are they going to win 7? Just give me one that you like. We'll go. I like Tampa Bay under 6.5. I mean, they're not going to win 7 games, are they?
They got Carolina, Falcons, and Saints. No, probably not.
Are they going to go 7-9? Do we add Tampa? Do we hate Tampa though enough? Do we want to pick a team that we don't like?
No, I don't care less about Tampa. They're super random.
Rooting for the Jets under 7.5 could be fun.
You could do that. That's a lot. Yeah, 8 wins. That's 8-8.
They won 4 games last year. Now we're going to win because of Le'Veon. They're going to win 4 more. Let's take the Jets. We can both root against them.
They signed a bunch of guys. That was the thing. Everyone flipped out about how they signed like some defensive player, Le'Veon. They have Robbie Anderson.
Okay, I mean,
Jamison Crowder, Quincy Enunwa, Ty Montgomery, Leonard Williams, C.J. Mosley, Tremaine Johnson, Jamal Adams is safety. It's pretty good safety. Who the fuck is their coach anyways? I forget who their coach is.
I I'm saying we take the under on that. It'll be fun to root against the Jets and the Giants. And those uniforms are fucking terrible.
Okay, that's true. All right, let's do that. Let's do the Jets.
All right, so we got to figure out combos really quickly here.
Okay, yeah, let's do combos. Yep.
Okay, so we got to do Pats Eagles, right?
Yeah.
We got to do the Giants and the Jets together, like both of them going under, right? Both New York teams being terrible.
Yeah, I think that's good.
We got to do Eagles.
And then Saints.
Giants.
No, then Saints. You're just gonna. I thought we were just gonna do the 3. Saints, Dolphins.
Oh, I'm just trying to come up with some fun combinations. So Pats, Eagles, Giants, Jets, Eagles, Giants. Want to do Pats, Jets?
Yeah, I mean, do they pay? I gotta see how the payouts work, right?
The payouts are all going to be the same. It's going to be a matter of adding these MVPs afterwards. That's what we got to figure out.
How many combos are we doing?
Well, I think we talked about this. Didn't we say we do like around 20?
What? No, I don't remember that at all.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna have to go through 20 combos right now.
No. We don't have to go through 20 combos. We figure out this. We sound like such degenerates. We're just gonna add the 3 or 4 MVPs to like the 7 combo. We're gonna make a couple combos and then just add the 4 MVP candidates to each one.
Yeah. So do you want to do 3 combos, like Pats, Eagles, Giants, Jets, Saints, Dolphins, and then add the MVPs, or do you want to do multiple combos?
Saints, Dolphins. No, I like Saints, Dolphins. So we have Pats, Eagles, Pats, Eagles, Giants, Jets, Eagles, Giants, Saints, Dolphins.
Yeah, do Eagles, Giants. I'm writing it down, and then Pats, Jets, because it's like you root for both of them.
Okay.
They're like
Pats,
rivals.
Pats, Jets. Okay.
Has 5.
Yes.
Is that enough?
You want to do like we only have the Saints in one. Do we want to throw the Saints in another one?
Let's leave it at that, because what if we've got a hedge when we're like middle of the season? We should do that. We got to do that.
Okay. So we have Pats, Eagles over, Giants and Jets under, Eagles over, Giants under, Saints over, Dolphins under, Pats over, Jets under.
Yeah.
All right. So now, do we just use those combos, or do we try and figure out some MVP candidates?
Yeah, let's throw some MVPs on.
All right. So give me. I'm putting Rodgers down. I feel like Aaron Rodgers is definitely somebody we need to put on there.
I guess so.
No.
I mean, everyone loves him. I think he has the odds. Yeah, shit. What the fuck are the odds here?
I would be okay with not putting Mahomes on there just because it's so hard to repeat.
I would still keep him on there. The Chiefs are going to be really good again, especially because they have Tyreek Hill still.
Who's the last guy to win back-to-back MVPs though?
Peyton?
Peterson? Peyton?
No. Peterson only won 1.
Oh, I thought he won 2. Our MVP odds. Okay, relax. It's going to be a quarterback, so let's just.
Yeah, all right, here we go. Mahomes, Luck, Rodgers, Mayfield. Oh my God.
No.
Wentz, Breeze, Brady.
I like Mahomes. I like Rodgers. I like Breeze.
Hold on a second.
Mahomes, Rodgers, Breeze, I like a lot.
Yeah, because Rodgers, they're going to be like, oh, he has nobody on his team anymore, but he had like 45 touchdowns still.
I mean, do we do Wentz? You said you didn't want to do Brady, but do we throw Wentz in there?
Yeah, I think we can throw Wentz, because if the Eagles have a huge year, he's going to have a good year. He's got to have a good year for the Eagles.
All right, so A-Rod, Wentz, we put a baseball player in here.
I hate calling him A-Rod. That's fucking horrible. It's like the worst. It's not a nickname for him.
I'm really upset. Mahomes. We have A-Rod. All right, how are we going to say Rodgers too? Rodgers, Wentz, Breeze, Mahomes.
Russell Wilson?
I like Watson too.
I don't know. I don't think he's good enough.
He could put up some big numbers there, especially with like Hopkins there and his running game. No. He's coming off an injury, is he? This right? God, how did I forget this? All right, Russell, you want to put Russell on there?
26 touchdowns last year. 26 touchdowns. 9 picks.
What did Russell Wilson do last year, though?
I guess he could. He could have one of those monster years where it's like, okay, oh my God, like fucking Deshaun Watson's ridiculous right now.
Leonard Fournette.
Yeah, definitely not. Yeah, it's good.
All right, so you want to put
Yeah,
Rodgers,
Russell Wilson
Wentz.
had 35 touchdowns last year, 7 picks.
Where was he in the MVP vote, though? That's what I'm curious about. Because, like, did he even get considered for the MVP?
I don't know, I gotta see. Their team's always good.
Like, look where he was in the MVP vote. Because I feel like he's one of those guys who always puts up good numbers, and he just can't get MVP consideration.
Let me see if I can find it. I don't know if it's gonna work here. Mahomes, Breeze. Is Breeze. Mahomes and Breeze. That was it.
All right, so do we want to put Luck in there? I don't really love that pick.
We got to put Breeze. If Breeze was number 2 last year,
yeah,
we got to put Breeze in there.
So we have Rodgers, Wentz, Breeze, Mahomes, and you want to put Russell in there?
So now, if we do these parlays and like the MVP doesn't hit, are they completely bust, right?
Yeah, we lose. Yeah.
Oh fuck.
I mean, yeah, I know.
That's why it's crazy risky.
That's why I'm trying to like do all these combinations so that like we have options. So if like one of these guys gets hurt, it's like all right, we still have like 4 more guys.
Okay, let's leave it like this. Let's leave it like this. How about we have 5 initial combos. Let's pick 5 MVPs, and then we'll come up with the combos offline. So one more for MVP, right? Who would you pick for MVP? So you got Wentz, Rodriguez, Mahomes, Breeze.
Rodriguez. Yeah, A-Rod here. Yeah, Rodgers, Wentz, Breeze, Mahomes. I mean, you want Russell.
Luck or Russell Wilson?
Everyone's really loving Luck this year. I don't know. I'm not like a big Andrew Luck fan. I know he was good, but he was out for a while.
I'm not either.
He misses so much time with injuries. Like
he gets injured.
He gets injured so often. And when he's on, he's great, but he's just too risky.
Everyone loves Russell Wilson. That's the other thing. I think everyone loves Russell Wilson.
But I feel like Russell's one of those players who always has a great year, but is never considered for MVP.
That's what I mean. I think that time could come. He had 35 touchdowns last year, 34 the year before. 3,400 yards, not that many yards, but.
And you're not putting Brady on there, and he had a terrible offensive line too. So Russell was doing this without an offensive line for the most part.
I'm not going to put Brady. I hate to say it. If I do, it'd be ridiculous.
All right,
if he wins, it'd be ridiculous. But
let me just quickly look up. I don't know. I'm like torn here. See what they say. Mahomes, Rodgers, Wentz, Breeze.
He was 6th last year in MVP.
What was he the year before? Do you have that available?
Yeah, right here.
Dictating. Cannot compute. But Nick Foles.
Oh, wait. No, I don't think that was last year.
All
right, what do you think?
I'm torn.
If it's not either of them, who would you rather do?
I mean, I guess we can. Do we go with Luck? The odds with Luck are just not that good. Like
That's what I'm saying.
Plus 800 here. He has the second lowest.
Okay, well, hold on.
odds.
Let's think about this though. Let's think about this. If we're pretty confident in our over and unders, shouldn't we go with the safer MVP candidate?
So if we're doing that, we're taking all the top 5. We're taking Mahomes, Rodgers, Luck, Wentz.
Yeah, but that still probably pays out pretty decent because it's a parlay.
Pays out pretty decent, right? Yeah.
So that's probably the safer thing to do is take the safe MVP because we don't want to take huge risks because we still need the 3 things to hit.
Yeah.
And then if maybe we put on one guy that's random and then he hits and you're like, okay, holy shit, that was like crazy luck.
Yeah, I mean,
luck, but you
have like Cam Newton at plus 6,000.
Yeah.
Like that. He's a former MVP. Like why could he not do it again?
Could, and everyone will like love it if he has a good year.
Yeah. We're definitely agreeing it's not going to go to anybody outside of the quarterback position, right?
Correct. And I'm lukewarm on Rodgers too. His team kind of sucks. Like
he's a perennial MVP candidate though, who Like he's always there.
Yeah, that's
And
true.
in
He should
NFL
have to be.
history, it's always look at the last couple of years. Brady, Manning, like
I know
the same guys win.
Okay, so who's our fifth guy then? Who's our fifth guy?
It's Luck. We're going Mahomes, Rodgers, Luck, Wentz, and Breeze.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, I agree with you. Play it safe because like if this is what Vegas thinks is going to be like the MVP.
Yeah.
I know. Before we wrap up, I just want to see like how they did. Oh, there was no way they had Mahomes in the MVP talking for last year. I want to see what they did.
Yeah.
Let me look at 2017 because that's more of like I feel like last year was kind of like an outlier.
Here we go. Let's see if I got it here.
I want to see like who Vegas thought was going to win in 2017.
February 2018. Rodgers, Wentz, Brady, Breeze, Deshaun Watson, Garoppolo, Russell Wilson, Cam Newton, Matt Ryan.
Kirk Cousins, so actually I found something interesting here. I found the winners plus their preseason odds. So this is what Vegas gave them prior to the season, and this is who won. So 2016 Matt Ryan won. He was plus 9,000.
Yeah.
They did not think he was going to win. 2015 Cam Newton was plus 1,500, so that's like out of our top 5. But then 2014, 2013, 2011, 2010, 2009 were all heavy favorites before the season started.
Yeah.
Only one
that
was Adrian Peterson, who was plus 4, but a running back never wins. So you're looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Out of the last 8 years, 6 of the 8 have been top 5 favorites before the season started.
I agree. Yeah, we got to do that. That's what we have to do.
Okay, so yeah, let's just do that.
Yeah. Okay. All right, good. Well, hopefully everyone enjoyed that Odd Shark sports betting. Odd Shark sponsor us betting segment.
And we'll keep you guys updated. Even if you're not into gambling, it's gonna be funny because we'll make the updates entertaining. We'll certainly come up with some segment for how our picks are doing, but we're almost to that point now. Football season, we only got a couple more weeks. College football starts in 2 weeks.
Oh Jesus!
So
look at baseball. I'm going to the Red Sox in 2 weeks at the Padres, and I was excited for it. Yeah. But they're fucking horrible this year. It's still going to be great. I mean, it'll be really embarrassing if they lose to the Padres because the Padres suck too. But it's like a horrible Red Sox season. Just like you can't pitch. They're like the horrible pitching staff this year.
It's crazy too, considering
baseball's super random. It's like how do you predict that's going to happen? You know?
Yeah. And the Phillies are like right in the wild card. I keep getting nervous about that wild card game. That's kind of crazy. Like I was never really like on board with that wild card playing game, but now I'm thinking like shit. If the Phillies play in that game, it's gonna be so intense.
Yeah. Like
just one game to make the playoffs. Like the Phillies haven't been in the playoffs in almost a decade now. 2010, maybe 2011. The last time they were in the playoffs.
That's crazy.
They were honoring the 2008, 2009 teams yesterday. Like Utley, Howard, Rollins, those guys look so old. I was like, oh my god, they like came out. Jamie Moyer, I was like, who is this coach? Like I don't remember that. I was like, he looks. I'm like, oh my god, it's Jamie Moyer, who was already like 40 when he was playing then.
Yes, I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah, baseball's so random, but we're getting to like the good parts of baseball, like this rush to the end of the year.
Yeah.
How far are the Sox out? 5 games of the wild card?
I think you're gonna say the division. Yeah, probably something like that. That's pretty far. There's so much competition for the wild card in the AL. And they can't. They've lost 9 games in a row, I think. There's just like horrible like streak, you know.
Yeah, it's getting interesting with the Phillies because they're always either in the wild card spot or like at most a game out. So all these games now are getting really important because the NL wild card is pretty tight. You have a bunch of teams right now. It's where are they in the wild card? They're half a game over the Cardinals.
They're in the wild card. Yeah, they're in the spot. Yeah.
But then you have the Brewers a game and a half back. The Mets, who are like out of nowhere. The Mets.
Yeah, that's crazy.
2 games back.
I like the Brewers. I hope they get in. The Cardinals are always in. They have the most random team. Like I don't even know who the Cardinals have. That's like a good player.
They have Goldschmidt. He's been killing it. He had like a home run in 7 straight games.
Yeah, I forgot that. They still have like Matt Holliday. It's like on the Cardinals forever.
Matt Holliday. Was he on the podcast for a bit? Oh shit! Arnott's debut tonight.
Oh Jesus! All right, I'm gonna have to watch that. Yeah, the Red Sox are 6 games out with 4 teams above them. They're definitely not gonna make it.
Those are good teams above them too. Indians,
Yeah.
Rays, Athletics.
Yeah.
But the thing about baseball is good. Like,
NL wild card's always good because there's teams that are always just like in like the middle against each other. Like Nationals, dude, I can't believe that actually. I watched them play the Padres. They were horrible. It was like the most boring game I've ever watched. Watched Nationals, Padres. I was like, who the fuck's playing either of these teams?
Yeah, I mean, they were pretty confident too. Like when they didn't get Harper, they're like, "We're going to be a playoff team." Everyone's like, "Yeah, you're not going to be a fucking play." And now look, they're right in the thick of the wild card.
It's like Nationals plus 41 run differential, Phillies negative 17, Cardinals plus 11, Brewers minus 26. It's like teams are all over the place. And you go to AL, just wild card, Indians plus 73, A's plus 89, Tampa Bay plus 95. It's like, how about you have like horrible, like NL wild card's always a shit show. Because they always have those random teams like Brewers and Nats and Diamondbacks that are like somewhat good, not really, like every year.
I guess. I mean, it's just a more open. You don't have teams like the Astros, the Yankees, the Red Sox last year.
Like the AL's always top heavy.
Yeah, look at the Twins this year. They're like leading the league in home runs. They have like already 200 home runs, 70 and 42. The Twins are killing it.
AL's always top heavy. And in the NL, it's always super close. Like the Central is always super close.
Yep. I think it's just there's more. I mean, the Dodgers are running away with it. The Braves are aside from the Dodgers and Braves, it's pretty wide open.
Yeah.
There's just a lot of talent
what the
spread
fuck,
out.
Braves, like super random. Like, I know they were decent last year, but it's like only player I know in the Braves is Freddie Freeman. Like I couldn't tell you any other players on the Braves.
Yeah, I mean, we don't have to.
I mean, they're in your division, so you probably know them a little bit, but
yeah, they've got some talented players. They're a solid.
Oh yeah, Brian McCann. He's been on the Braves forever. All right, yeah, enough baseball talk. All right, you want to wrap it up? Anything else?
No. I think we're good.
All right.
Talk about. We're closing in on an hour here, so.
Yeah. All right, here we go, podcast. Thanks for listening. Subscribe. Follow us on Facebook. Share. We appreciate it. Hope you all had a good time, and we'll see you next week. Later, Phil.
All right. Later.
Peace, everybody.